Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Committee on Appointments, Legislation, and Rules. Excuse me, November 10th, 9:02 a.m. Roll call. Mr. Small?
Here.
Mr. Gatz is not here. Ms. Bright?
Here.
Mr. Ospinski? Okay. Ms. Bernal?
Here.
And I, Mr. Jensen, present. Citizen comments. I have a motion to approve committee minutes from the previous by Ms. Bernal. Second, Ms. Bright. All in favor of said motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carried. Let's skip down and do the, where are they? Underneath here. I'll do the appointments or reappointments. First off is for Meriden Rural Mendota Drainage District. Whereas Meriden Rural Mendota Drainage District is located in LaSalle County, and whereas the commissioners of the Drainage District are appointed by LaSalle County, the county wherein the majority of the district is located, and whereas a term of commissioner held by Scott Brummel has expired, and whereas Scott Brummel, whose residence is 1107 South Bridge Street, Yorkville, Illinois 60560, is a landowner of said in said district, and is qualified, willing, and able to continue to act as a commissioner. And whereas the remaining commissioners of the district request that he be appointed to a further term, now therefore be it resolved by the County Board of LaSalle County, Illinois, that Scott Brummel, whose residence is 1107 South Bridge Street, Yorkville, Illinois 60560, is appointed to a 3-year term as commissioners of Meriden Rural Mendota Drainage District of LaSalle County, Illinois, with said term of office to commence upon signing an oath of office and to expire upon his successor being appointed on or after the first day of October 2028. We have a motion to approve said resolution. Mr. Small, second by Ms. Bright. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor of said resolution signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye as well. Motion carried. Next we have Town of Wallace Drainage District Number 2. Whereas Drainage District Number 2 of the Town of Wallace is governed by 3 commissioners appointed by LaSalle County Board, and whereas the term of commissioner held by Joshua Corcoran is expiring, and whereas Joshua Corcoran of 825 North 38th Road in Mendota, Illinois 61342 is a resident of said district and is qualified, willing, and able to continue to act as a commissioner. And whereas the remaining commissioners of the district request that Joshua Corcoran be appointed to a further term. Now therefore be it resolved by the County Board of LaSalle County, Illinois, that Joshua Corcoran is reappointed as Commissioner for Drainage District Number 2 of the Town of Wallace. Said term of office to commence October 1, 2025, and to expire upon his successor being appointed on or after September 30th, 2028. May I have a motion to approve said resolution? Ms. Bernal, second by Mr. Small. Any questions? Hearing none. All in favor of said resolution signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye as well. All opposed? Motion carried. Next we have Allen Township Drainage District. Whereas Drainage District Number 1 of Allen Township is governed by commissioners appointed by the LaSalle County Board, and whereas the term of commissioner held by John Jansen has expired, and whereas John Jansen of 1422 East 28th Road, Ransom, Illinois 60471 is a resident of said district and is qualified, willing, and able to continue to act as a commissioner. And whereas the remaining commissioner of the district requests that John Jansen be appointed to a further term. Now therefore be it resolved by the County Board of LaSalle County, Illinois, that John Jansen is reappointed as Commissioner for Drainage District Number 1 of Allen Township. Said term of office to commence on or after September 1st, 2025, upon taking his oath of office, and to expire upon his successor being appointed on or after August 31st, 2028. Have a motion to approve said resolution. Ms. Bernal, second by Ms. Bright. Any questions? Hearing none. All in favor of said motion to approve resolution signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye as well. All opposed? Motion carried. Next, we have Brookfield Vienna Drainage District. Whereas Brookfield Vienna Drainage District is located in LaSalle and Grundy counties, and whereas commissioners of the Drainage District are appointed by LaSalle County, the county wherein the majority of the district is located, and whereas the term of commissioner held by Dan Bedecker has expired, and whereas Dan Bedecker of 2878 North 20th Road, Seneca, Illinois 61360, is a resident of said district and is qualified, willing, and able to continue to act as a commissioner. And whereas the remaining commissioner of the district requests that Dan Bedecker be appointed to a further term, now therefore be it resolved by the County Board of LaSalle County, Illinois, that Dan Bedecker of 2878 North 20th Road, Seneca, Illinois 61360, is appointed to a 3-year term as Commissioner of Brookfield Vienna Drainage District of LaSalle and Grundy counties, Illinois, with said term of commissioner to commence on or after October 1st, 2025, and expiring upon his successor taking office on or after August 31st, 2028. We have a motion to approve said resolution. Mr. Small, second by Ms. Bernal. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor of said motion to approve resolution signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye as well. All opposed? Motion approved. Sorry about that. It's Monday morning. Okay. On the agenda, back up above, I thought we should at least take a look at the portion of our rule book in regards to the meaning of writing. That we've had, the one to take up at this point is under the chairperson, section 3, paragraph 2. If the county board chairperson does not approve the ordinance, resolution, or motion, he or she shall notify all board members in writing within 10 days with his objections, and the board shall reconsider the matter at its next meeting to be held within 30 business days of the board's receipt of the chairman's objections. I was going through this, wondering how, here's a suggestion I just, last Jeremiah, he or she shall notify all board members well, what I have is in communication form commensurate with commonly accepted board practices within 10 days. Or do we need something more specific? Ms. Bernal?
Yeah, I think that could just be that you notified us somehow. Do we have to be
Well,
as,
but it was because I communicated via email, which is commonly used, especially due to the fact that we have computers and email addresses.
but what we want to change is that writing word, correct?
Mhm.
So can it just say that you'll notify us, no matter how, telephone? But Jeremiah might have a better
Jeremiah.
suggestion.
It depends on, I guess, on the level of reliability that you want. I mean, if you were to apply some of the ideas that we use in court practices for notice, currently, arguably, you would say that the board rules require him to send written notice through the mail. The county board officers, all of you have a mailbox here in the county that could be accepted, or email that could potentially be accepted. I guess if I was going to throw out something to discuss, there could be, you could say that the rule says based on the option selected by each county board member. So each county board member could put in writing, we have a form that gets turned in. This is how we'll accept service of notice from the board or whatever. And if the easiest way is written notice just gets put in everybody's mailbox. I don't know how regularly everybody comes in. There are different options on that front. You could accept service through email. But as long as it was done with the understanding that you could create it in a way that everybody says, this is how I'll accept it. And so if the county board sends it that way, or the chairman sends his notice that way, then you got it, whether you actually got it or not. Does that make sense?
Because actually, the only way that you could guarantee that is a personal call or text. Or return receipt letter. Yeah, right, why go to that expense when all the board members have computers, all board members have email address, and they've got a box. Yeah.
It kind of seems like if everybody marks their preference, the logistics of getting that out could be a little complicated.
That's true. It does make
You'd
it more
have to look-
difficult.
Yeah, you'd have to look back
But,
through the
yeah.
list and what,
But if it was understood that a written notice in these mailboxes back here, that's the simplest way. Everybody got their notice. But that would be the easiest way to do it. It's just that you've got mailboxes, check them.
Yeah.
Well,
I like
then-
Gary's idea to do both. That would be easy. It's pretty simple to send out a group email to everybody and and then, what's the excuse that you didn't get it if you send it out both ways?
I guess
Well,
the idea would be is setting a minimum threshold, right? So if you say that, I'm certain that if this situation arose again, that an email would go out regardless, right? Whether or not. But the standard is a written notice goes in everybody's mailbox. You don't want to have multiple layers of proof with regard to whether it did or didn't go out. So you could, as a courtesy, send these other things, but I think the rules should specifically say what meets the threshold of notice, simply, as opposed to having multiple layers to it.
then just put, shall notify all board members by written notice in their mailboxes within 10 days.
I think you better specify county mailbox or whatever we
Oh,
call
yeah.
those things.
Or we'll be back here again, right?
Yes.
Ms. Bernal?
Yeah. So I feel that the mailboxes here would be the simplest and probably the best way. But then you go to the 10 days, there's a lot of times I'm not here for 10 days.
Well, see, that's the issue, that's the reason.
To
Like
get
what
that
Jeremiah
out,
said.
right.
If it would happen again, I would assume the chairperson would send an email and then put it in the county mailboxes here, their personal personal mailboxes here.
Do we know why it's 10 days?
I don't know. There may be,
Well, it's probably similar to the state, where if the
Right.
governor doesn't sign a bill in so many
within
days, that
so many
becomes
days.
law.
Yeah.
It probably also puts the burden on the chairman to get moving on it so that it can be readdressed before whatever committee, if it needs to be, or brought back before the board in time for the next meeting. If it was 30 days, now you're talking about 2 meetings or, with a board that only meets monthly, you could seriously delay the process if you stretch it out any further.
Except for the November and December, correct? Is that? Two. There's two, yeah.
And another thing with the clerk's office, sometimes those contracts and resolutions and that are normally ready to sign within the next 4 or 5 days, something like that. So that probably gives a leeway with the 10 days.
And would it be possible to put down our personal email as notification, not the county email?
Under the understanding that it would be a FOIable, your email then would become FOIable. Yeah, I don't think that would be a good idea. I mean, I wouldn't. Not that I have much in my email, but nevertheless, I don't think it's a good idea.
I guess we'll just have to depend on Amanda.
And chances are, if it's that big an issue, someone will call you if they have an opinion either way.
Did you get that email?
Any other thoughts?
So what is it going to say now?
Shall notify all board members. Let's see, I'm sorry, what was that? Or by written notice in board members' county mailboxes. Well, we could, to do both, to hopefully reach everybody in a timely manner.
Jeremiah didn't think that was a good idea, though, to put it in the rules. Not that you can't do it, but just to keep the rule part simple, right?
Yeah, to make it simple, as clear cut as possible, right? What is required of whatever chairperson there is. If it, as opposed to, setting various levels of rules, you really just want the straightforward. If the mailbox is back here are the answer, then just make the mailboxes there the answer. If you want to also put in something that should, as a courtesy, it could be sent out, but not that it's required in order to prove written notice.
Yeah, maybe add, may also email county board members.
Yeah, may also, sure.
Yeah,
Not shall, right?
Right.
I think I'd do that, and may also, because to me, the hope is that all board members are contacted within a reasonable period of time.
So, Mr. Chairman,
You
we'll,
wanna-
we'll forward this to the full board then. On what date?
The,
26th?
yeah, 26. Did you want to take notes? Okay, shall notify all board members by written notice in their county mailboxes, and may also email the board members within 10 days with his or her objections.
Just
Tom.
wondering,
Hmm?
to be very, very specific, so we don't run into problems down the road, should you put county mailboxes at the governmental center, at.
Do we need to be that specific? That's, yeah.
In section 18, there's a section where section 18 is correspondence or mail to board members, and that describes it as mailboxes of county board members. Mailboxes of county board members. So if you wanted to have the language be similar, where it's describing any person wishing to deposit materials for county purposes into the mailboxes of county board members. That way there's a kind of a universal language there.
So just board members' mailboxes?
I would say into the mailboxes of county board members.
Into the county board members' mailboxes. You want to leave the thing out with the email then? Or you want to put in and may also email board members?
Just so that if they get an email
Mm-hmm.
and haven't been up here for 3 weeks, they can't say they weren't.
And that might be a problem, Gary, that time frame, that you can't get to your mailbox, that you would get an email.
Okay. I have by written notice, after board members, by written notice into the county board members' mailboxes and may also be emailed then within 10 days.
I think it should be into mailbox of county board. Into the mailbox of county board members, not county board members' mailbox. So we should keep that language the same probably throughout the rule book.
Do you have a rule before the board? Seems to me to keep going. Okay. Well, we'll flesh this out. There's a Legging Rules meeting before the full board, and then we'll finalize that and then pass it on to the full board. How does that sound?
So without the language today, we'll have it by that meeting?
The 26th. Yep.
Showing a change.
Well, we can have a resolution that
I'll
day.
have a resolution, but it won't show that attachment because we won't have an attachment. Because you only have the approval from the committee, what you want,
No, but we'll do that day with the committee.
and that's what's ready for the full board after.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Any other thoughts? I would think by written notice into the county board members' mailboxes and may also be emailed. within 10 days.
Mr. Chairman, I think if you're going to follow with the other language, it should be into mailbox of county board. That's what's in the rule book. On what page, Gary, did you say? Section 18, it says into mailbox of county board member.
Into, well, it probably should be into the mailboxes of the county board members.
Whatever it says, unless you want to change that.
No, that's okay, into the mailboxes. Oops. Of the county board members. And may also be emailed within 10 days. Yeah. Sound all right? By written notice into the mailboxes of the county board members and may also be emailed within 10 days. Got that? Okay. Now, I think there was some other, let's see, page 26. Section 34. There's one on page, well, I have page 26 and 34, Law and Justice. Or any assessor or collector within the county in any matter pertaining to the county business and give his or her opinion in writing when so requested. I don't think we need to change that any. Do you, Jeremiah?
No, I wouldn't limit what that, I mean,
Yeah.
if you just want our opinions to be
Mhm.
in writing for some particular reason, I don't think that is it's a notice thing as opposed to just provide us an actual written opinion. I don't think that needs to be changed.
Yeah, okay. And then there was one on 28 at the bottom, close to the bottom of the page, regards to the coroner's office. Coroner may appoint one or more deputies not exceeding the number allowed by rule of the coroner. Such appointment shall be in writing and signed by the coroner. I don't think we need to change that either. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Mr. Traeger?
I was just looking at that, I'm sorry, going back to the ordinance thing,
On the,
on, under section 22, 3, action of ordinances and resolutions. The one you just revised. That last sentence there, would it be more clear if it said any ordinance, resolution, or motion is not returned by the county board chairperson to the board for reconsideration within the 10 business days?
oh, the last paragraph?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, let me see. And you were suggesting?
if any ordinance, resolution, or motion is not returned to the county board chairperson to the board, and then insert for reconsideration within the 10 business days. It just is, it's
Well,
more,
That one, that paragraph there, I think, ties it back to the 10 days of the other. If it's not signed within 10 days, it becomes effective.
right, but just to make it more consistent with the rest of the language in that section, if you just inserted the words for reconsideration, is not returned to the board for reconsideration. Because you use those words, or we use those words a couple times up above.
I don't know, my opinion, this spells it out, that if it's not signed within 10 days, it becomes effective. I don't think we have to improve upon that.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. Anybody else? There's a reconsideration, there's the second paragraph up there. Oh, and then the third paragraph in regards to coming back before the board.
So Jeremiah, what is your opinion on that, inserting that reconsideration? Should it be consistent with the above?
I'm just reading it here. So paragraph 2, the proposed amendment would be the notified board members in writing as presented with his objections, and the board shall reconsider the matter at its next meeting to be held within 30 business days of the board's receipt of the chairman's objection. And then, so the last paragraph reads, if any ordinance, resolution, or motion is not returned by the county board chairperson to the board within 10 business days, it shall become effective. You almost could instead say, if any ordinance, resolution, or motion is not objected to by the county board chairperson within 10 business days, it shall become effective at the end of the 10th day. Then you wouldn't need to address the procedure for reconsideration. Paragraph 2 requires it to be represented and reconsidered. Return doesn't really have any function in these 4 paragraphs. Instead, it feels like it would read, if it's not objected to by the county board chairperson. Does that make sense?
Yeah, put objected to, is not objected by.
And then you could remove the phrase "to the board." Well, I guess, no, that's still consistent, so if not objected to by the county board chairperson to the board. Yeah. Well, it doesn't, other than it still puts the burden to put the written notice back, right, to the board. So it's not just that he objects to it, but he objects to it to the board. So it actually, once I thought about it twice, it kind of does make sense. It's not just that he objects to it, it's that he has to provide you notice that he objects to it.
But is not objected to by the county board chairperson to the board.
To the board. As opposed to sending an email this way, like we did this time.
I just think your grammar's not
It's not great, I agree.
So can you work on that before we send it to the full board? So it's clear?
Why can't you just say is not objected to by the county board chairperson within 10 business days?
Yeah. Or is not returned by objection.
Yeah, I guess I generally agree that it is not objected to by the county board chairperson within 10 days. That makes sense. And then the way in which you provide the objection and the notice of the objection is paragraph 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? Okay. I have nothing else at this point in time. No? I'll tender a motion to adjourn then. Mr. Small, second by Ms. Brunel. All in favor of said motion to adjourn signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye as well. No opposition.